What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? This is Stardust here. Welcome back to another Marvel's Avengers video here on the YouTube channel, and today we've got some interesting little tidbits about Sentry, about Blue Marvel. We also have stuff about targeted farming, so make sure to stick around for the video to see all of that. And without further ado, let's get into it. Before we do that, make sure to like, make sure to subscribe, make sure to comment down below your thoughts on this video, as I love having conversations down in the comments below. Let's get straight into this. So, someone asked Alex K on Discord about Sentry, and he said, I think I covered Sentry before, that while cool, the power level is nuts. Unless we tweak the concept, like, who do we have that dude, who would pose a threat to him at all? Right? It's nuts, my dude, but it's not my choice, so who knows? So what Alex is trying to say there is that he believes, as a developer, that Sentry is just way too powerful for the game, and nothing would pose a threat to him, really, unless they severely tweaked his concept, which, in my head, it tells me that they would want to nerf him, which obviously would kind of go against what people would want for the Sentry. Obviously, we've seen these complaints for Hulk and Thor in the past, that these guys should be able to mow through AIM soldiers, but they're not able to do so it kind of ruins that power fantasy for some people, right? And I imagine that that would be even worse for a character like the Sentry. And then a fan of the Sentry, literally called the Sentry, said there are people who are stronger. There's people who ask for stronger. I didn't ask for Blue Marvel, right? Which Alex says, well, yes, it's the same reason. So again, giving that same reason for Blue Marvel as well. So for fans of Sentry and Blue Marvel, I imagine that despite this being Alex's opinion, I would wager that this is quite the norm opinion backstage for you know, these really super powerful heroes coming to the game, that potentially they don't want to make the same mistake. Not mistake, but kind of the thing that they heard with Hulk and Thor, where it's like, dude, these guys should be able to crush these enemies. What is going on? You see what I'm saying? So I would imagine they would want to stay away from those type of heroes. Potentially, while we've seen heroes like Spider-Man, Black Panther, and the two Hawkeyes, heroes that, yeah, okay, while they're very impressive and while they can be strong, like Spider-Man and Black Panther, they are still, you know, it makes sense for them to be able to have somewhat of a time against these enemies that we have seen thus far, whereas if we know from comics and stuff like that, Blue Marvel and the Sentry, they would demolish everything in their path that we've seen in this game thus far. And then the Sentry just says, we need target farming, which obviously a very brutal way to go into it, but I respect the straightforward attitude right there. Alex says, I know, and then the Sentry gives an idea saying, that's all, give us Gamma Gear in Wastelands, we already have Vibranium Wakanda and Pimon Utah, it will reduce RNG a lot. Now, while I understand what the Sentry is saying, what he's basically trying to say, in case you guys don't understand, which is totally fine, by the way, that sounds really condescending, not the goal, that statuses in specific locations would reduce RNG a lot, which I can understand that, but that would also kind of make some of the endgame missions a little bit pointless. But anyway, Alex says that's an idea and something we might bring up depending on the reception of things like the cryo gear target, and yeah, that's the goal. So my memory is fading, so you're gonna have to let me know in the comments below exactly what he means by cryo gear target farming. But obviously we kind of have cosmic gear farming and stuff like that with the event thing coming up, right? So maybe if that is well received, we might be able to see more of that in the future. The Sentry said, even if we have to wait 2 months for something to come around, it's better than never. Alex says, well, if nothing else, I hope the past few patches have shown that some of that is happening and more is to come after 2.4, but that's event stuff. Now, I'm assuming Alex just means that 2.4 is event stuff, not after 2.4 is event stuff, but that's kind of a little bit contradictory from what we heard in the past, where CD Nicky said that 2.4 would be the last system style update, right? Obviously there's always going to be additions to gear and stuff like that, but you know, are we going to be seeing an update in the future that focuses entirely around target farming? Will that be an addition to a piece of content? We don't know, but I will keep you guys informed on this very same YouTube channel that you're watching right here, so make sure to subscribe for more juicy information. Thank you guys for watching this video today. Let me know what you think down in the comments below about, you know, Sentry or Blue Marvel or any other super powerful character. In fact, give me some concepts about how you'd want those super powerful characters in this game, and I may cover it in a future video, or at least talk about it in depth with you in the comments below. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in a bit. Peace.